brilliant. It's tactical. It makes me reconsider my initial scrutiny and skepticism. Okay, I'm glad that he's actually taking the lead here and he's actually applying the public pressure in the ways that he's doing. I fully support this move. You will pet me whether you like it or not. There's a lot of pressure. He has pressure from all of the same like corporate entities and corporate interests in New York City. He has pressure from the police. And he also has pressure from Albany with Kathy Hochul, who is obviously not going to comply with everything that he's demanding. But the question was, for many people, whether or not Zohran was actually invested in this fight to tax the wealthy, because he said he wasn't going to go to the protest that's taking place in Albany against Kathy Hochul. This caused people to think maybe Zohran is not invested in this fight at all. Okay, understandable scrutiny. Okay. Towards what he was trying to do. But then he very quickly came out, got some promises in terms of $1.5 billion from Kathy Hochul's office. Yeah. There's obviously a couple options here, right? At play. Either Kathy Hochul raises taxes on the wealthy, or he tries to basically force the hand of Julie Menin, okay, to use the city to increase property taxes, okay, or austerity. Now, austerity is unacceptable. It's not going to happen, right? He is not going to do austerity.
Still waiting on that blue hair BTW.
He said he's not going to do austerity at all. So that's gone from the equation. It's forcing the hand of the governor's office, right? This is very real pressure because the city does not want to raise property taxes at all, especially because if property taxes are raised, obviously landlords are going to turn around and increase the price of rent. It's going to make housing more unaffordable. It's going to be a burden on working class individuals, which he openly states, by the way, in this long response video that he crafted, his like town hall that he did, where he basically said, you know, we are forced to raid the rainy day fund, the retiree health benefits, trust reserve, and to increase property taxes. Okay.
So I guess he's asking, what's a 2% tax increase on a multimillionaire?
If you're already the highest tax jurisdiction in America, it's a massive tax. You know, what I love about this guy, and I'm giving him credit, he goes big. He goes big, and he's got a fantastic social media team. This is great. This is bat poo-poo crazy, what he is proposing. And probably sometime next year, within 12 to 18 months, I will meet him in Miami and give him Real Estate Agent of the Year award. Because I'm not happy with what's happening. I can't get across the bridge anymore. I live in Miami Beach. Everybody from New York and New Jersey and Massachusetts is moving into my neighborhood. I'm pissed off. And this guy's just doing more of it. What he's proposing is beyond insane, but I love it.
You are
now,
very
I'm like everybody else. Listen, you guys live here. You're not paying your fair share.
I don't live here.
You've got to pay 110%. That's the right thing to do. Because he's not cutting spending. He's just going to tax you into oblivion.
I found this very interesting chart, some data for you, Kevin.
Thank you.
The last time there was a tax hike on the wealthiest, this was in 2021. Take a look at this chart. You see what's going on there? The number of people making more than $200,000 in the city increased. The number of people making between $200,000 and $1 million increased. Everybody who makes a lot of money, there were more of them in New York City. Okay. So
why not increase taxes to 110% if it's so good?
Look,
let's go.
One of the techniques here that I think is very intelligent is pitting two of these different forces together. In order to develop more public pressure, Zohran Mamdani is being as transparent as possible. He doesn't have the power to do this wealth tax because he's the mayor. But as the mayor, he has the power to put pressure on Kathy Hochul And he also has the power to pursue different kinds of taxes at the city level. One of the things that he has the power to do, as the power to pursue, is trying to raise the property taxes. He doesn't want to raise the property taxes, so because that's an objectively unpopular position, and it will have negative pressure on working class New Yorkers, something that he's very aware of. He is tactically saying, if you don't actually do this wealth tax, which is very popular, then we will be forced to either A, raise the property taxes, which is very unpopular, and will force the New York Assembly to do something that many people don't want to do, especially because legally, the New York budget has to be balanced. So it's going to happen no matter what. And because austerity is not an option, understandably, austerity is not an option at all, he's basically saying these are the options that we have. Someone's going to get taxed. It's up to you to either tax the middle class and working class individuals by way of raising the property taxes and then having landlords fucking raise the rent and ruin affordability, or you tax the super wealthy. It's very simple. Either you tax 33% New Yorkers, or not 33% New Yorkers, sorry. Either you tax 33,000 New Yorkers, who are some of the wealthiest individuals in the country and the wealthiest individuals in the city of New York, or we increase the cost of living for 5 million New Yorkers. Okay? Either 33,000 people pay a little bit more, a modest increase in taxes, or 5 million New Yorkers get punished in the process. Zohran came out of the gate swinging and said, today I'm releasing the city's preliminary budget. After years of fiscal mismanagement, we're staring at a $5.4 billion budget gap and two paths. One, Albany can raise taxes on the ultra wealthy and the most profitable corporations and address the fiscal imbalance between our city and the state. The other, a last resort, balance the budget on the backs of working people using the only tools at the city's disposal. The first path matches a structural crisis with a sustainable and fair solution. I know where I stand. New Yorkers voted for bold change and competent leadership. We will deliver both, and we look forward to partnering with Albany to protect working New Yorkers. Still taking a conciliatory tone. New statement from Council Speaker Julie Menin on Mamdani's budget. The option of raising property taxes and dipping into reserves is a non-starter, but doesn't look like she's endorsing Mamdani's alternative pitch to raise taxes on the wealthy. So, Council Speaker Julie Menin, who is an op at the city level, okay, comes out with a retort against Mamdani's budget proposal and says, the mayor's preliminary budget marks the beginning of a critical conversation about how we safeguard New York City's fiscal future while protecting New Yorkers at a time when New Yorkers are already grappling with an affordability crisis. Dipping into the rainy day reserves and proposing significant property tax increases should not be on the table whatsoever. There's only been two other times when they've raided the city's rainy day reserves, which are, at times during COVID and Michael Bloomberg, I believe, during the financial crisis that took place in 2007, 2008. And then the other time was Bill de Blasio during COVID, right? At a time when New Yorkers are already grappling with an affordability crisis, depending on the rainy day reserves and proposing significant property tax increases should not be on the table whatsoever. The council believes there are additional areas of savings and revenue that deserve careful scrutiny before increasing the burden on small property owners and neighborhood small businesses, which could worsen the affordability crisis. The council will release its own projections ahead of preliminary budget hearings and will conduct a thorough review of the administration's financial projections. Our goal is to deliver a balanced budget that protects essential services, addresses the affordability crisis, and reflects shared fiscal responsibility. What you have to remember here, by the way, is that they want to do austerity. That's not going to fucking happen. They want to cut expenditures, and they certainly don't want to cut the $6.4 billion police budget, by the way. They want to cut the budget for sanitation. They want to cut the budget for libraries. They want to cut the budget for the things that the city offers to all of its citizens unconditionally, all of its constituents unconditionally. The major reasons as to why he's doing this, obviously, is through sewer socialism. Shouts out Michael from Pennsylvania, loves talking about this, obviously, to give him his flowers, to show that if you are a socialist elected, you will accomplish the promises that you made, and that as a movement guy, as a movement leader, no matter how small a role you think you may play, and the mayoral seat is a very powerful one, especially in New York City, that you will show nationally to every Democratic Party voter that is paying attention, both in the city of New York, but also beyond, that a socialist elected means a person who is serious about making the necessary changes that will improve the material conditions of the working class. That's the reason why he's playing hardball here, and I fully fucking support it. It's brilliant. It's tactical. It makes me reconsider my initial scrutiny and skepticism. Okay, I'm glad that he's actually taking the lead here, and he's actually applying the public pressure in the ways that he's doing. I fully support this move. You will pet me, whether you like it or not. The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers, for you, the viewers. The Piker Broadcasting Service is where you get tomorrow's news today. Whether you like it or not.
I'm gay and Lebanese.